What's up guys, the Strong Boys 19 here and welcome back to this segment on my channel called Classic Albums Revisited, which is a segment that I review albums that are my favourites of all time. Today I'm going to be reviewing the masterpiece from a different band, from a different style of music, but I have always loved this band for a very long time. The legendary Light Orchestra, entitled A New World Record. This is the 6th studio album in the discography and it is the follow-up to Face the Music, released in 1975. This was released through Jet Records and it's produced by the maestro, the founder of Light Orchestra, Mr. Jeff Lynne. Out of all of the albums that I have listened to through the discography, A New World Record is always my favourite in the discography. Besides that, many of ELO's fans prefer Out of the Blue, but I am one of the fans that really does love any type of style through the classic period of ELO. I'm one of the fans, by the way, that really is a big admirer of the Discovery album, that one being a very disco-inspired record. But this one album from ELO is the one that I have always connected the most. 36 minutes of some of the greatest pieces of pop, orchestra-packed, progressive type of music. I say progressive because this is a natural progression for Jeff as a songwriter. He really cited this album as a new high, and I quote, "The songs started to flow and most of them came quickly to me. To have all those hits, it was just, amazing really. Going from doing okay for probably 3 or 4 years to suddenly being in the big time. It was a strange but great thing." I could not agree more, because this album does define at one of the best amounts of creativity for Jeff as a songwriter, and I'm sure a lot of you guys would agree with me on that. The opening song is Tightrope. Tightrope is one of, in my opinion, the greatest ELO songs of all time. Synthesizers to violins coming in with engaging suspense from the vocals, and the adrenaline pops right in when the band go right into it. It's a fantastic, catchy banger. It's, to me, one of the songs that remains as surprisingly pretty progressive the more I've been thinking about and listening to this song. Through the chord changes to the overall hook, they still deliver at one of the best writings through Jeff's originality and craft. A lot of the lyrics detail around a narrator sharing a subject of talking back to reality and then says to come back to reality and get back on the ground. Later lyrics show the feelings that things aren't as complicated as the person thinks from these common phrases and the way Jeff has been writing these types of lyrics. There's this incredible strength about the music that still goes as so strong, and I always do love this song, one of the masterpiece ELO songs. Telephone Line, a gentle, smooth ballad through the sounds of the phone ringing to the honesty and beautiful vocal performances from Jeff, opening piano chords. The build-up was gorgeous, and the band's pacing, letting the music flow, is so comfortable. I love the vocal harmony from the chorus and the melodic arrangement. A relationship theme of lyrics about a former lover, around communication and these emotions of loneliness and desperation. Sharing these feelings, and Jeff's vocals were brilliant. The word blue as in sad days and black as in black days without his love. Lots of words around this emotional state, feeling this desperation to try and pick up the phone and talk to the lover through the phone Telephone Line to me is one of the most recognizable and beautiful songs through the repertoire in the classic period of ELO, and it needs no introduction, to be honest with you. Rockaria is an energetic, pumped up rock and roll style of music. The musicianship on this track is so tight, and Jeff engages himself with the rest of the band, addressing the listener about lyrics on a rock and roll fan who wants to dance to his favourite songs with an opera vocalist who only listens to classical music. Mary Thomas did the operatic parts with her soprano vocal range and sang it in German, which is really interesting. But I always thought Rockaria is a very, very good follow-up after the beauty that was the ballad Telephone Line. Mission, in brackets a world record, is to me like a science fiction theme, the way you think about these types of lyrics. The imagery is massive in this song, and the alien life has been mentioned a lot into a goal of getting to planet Earth and to discover what it really is through the aliens' discovery. It's a difference that the aliens were then realizing their life goal is in the end for nothing, and sees a more negative expression about Earth as a whole. Great song, and it's really clever through the vision and wordplay on Jeff Lynne's writing. These verses are spot on. The next track, So Fine, is awesome. It's wonderful to hear one of the best things about ELO, and this song in particular is one of the best things. Just positive to hear the band sharing their talents, and the band were working together. The tempo to the sound clearly matches one of my most favourite things about ELO, and that is with the consistency of memorable, prolific, stunning writing. The song is a great example of that through strong choruses, and the bridge section does deliver more of the power of the music. It feels like a doo-wop type of style, besides the whole band carrying on through their later on progressiveness in their progressive poppy orchestrated signature sound. Living Thing. This is one of my top 5 all-time favourite Electric Light Orchestra songs. Standout classic. It's sublime and still sounds so good. It's amazing that it still sounds as fresh from then to today. A description of love comes back to the lyrics, but this time around it shares about the worsening state of a relationship being doomed, and Jeff says it's about the loss of love. The higher and higher part could be a reference about tripping yourself away on drugs, which is a pretty strange but yet weird interpretation. Some people may reference that about, tripping on acid and drugs. Whatever it is, Living Thing, with that being said, is still one of the greatest ELO songs that I never ever get sick and tired of hearing. Above the Clouds eases everything down to play softer, mellow music. The music is really nice. I love hearing the other instruments to make their own appearances and make the instrumentation resonate by what is going on in a less massive and highly dramatic approach. Excellent mixing to hear the smack on the drums and the bass together. I guess this type of set of lyrics is kind of like a relationship in a fantasy type of direction. You could never go wrong with the whole artistic detail through Jeff's creativity, and have your own viewing point of what these types of songs really are. The second to last track, Do Ya, terrific rocker, and the tone through the guitar is really crunchy. The way I hear this sort of rhythmic direction, excellent drive to it, and it's a tiny bit like a hard rock flavour, besides the higher vocal harmony and percussive drums and gorgeous strings. The lyrics are about a woman who finds it hard to discern her connection to images that were made by the lyricist. The lyricist sees images to establish his claim as an attempt to gain her trust to answer the questions that have been asked. The images of dreams coming from the skies, the heavens above, to old men crying from their grave sites, and seeing pigs sitting, watching picture slides. Highly descriptive wordplay, like with the mission track. The chorus of do ya want my love is an offer to the simple question to her. Then the next verse goes into a surprisingly political part, indicating crowd in a political message to preacher banging the drums, police with their guns, and a swipe of evangelism and religious cults. After those set of lyrics, the woman accepts the lyricist's love and got his messages. And the last track, Shangri-La, is perfect to finalize this album. It's so sweet. There is a Beatles reference with the Hey Jude part. Shangri-La is referring to a woman who's the love of a character's life, and the lyrics are simply based around the feeling on getting out of love in a very bittersweet way, but also in a reflection to feel that the relationship has been decreasing from its weakening strength. Shangri-La is as a stupendous and incredible closing song that I always love listening to, from the way it's produced, the way it sounds, and it's timeless. A timeless finale song, as well as with the entire consistency that this album still delivers. As soon as you put it on and let it play. Overall, a new world record by Electric Light Orchestra, to me, is one of those albums that I highly regard as one of my all-time favourites, through the production, to the orchestrations, to the tightness, the hooks, and there's no flaw about it. And this will always be, to me, the magnum opus out of ELO's entire discography. Let me know what you guys think of this album in the comments down below. Is this your favourite ELO album, or is it one of your favourites? I'm just very interested to know what you guys think about it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll keep you guys posted for more videos in the near future.